Hello, this is Scholar Strife doing some math. Today we'll be evaluating expressions. So an expression is basically a problem. There's no equal sign. So what makes it an equation is the equal sign, and an expression is just 3 times 2 with no equal sign. So let's talk about the different vocabulary we're going to be using. So variables. So this is when we're working with algebra, we're going to start introducing letters, not just numbers, into math. And these letters, also known as variables, are just to represent numbers. And we usually use x and y for our variables. But we can use p, we can use smiley face, we can use w. It doesn't matter what we pick for our variable, but we usually use x and y. And once again, that's why we're no longer using, for multiplication, we're no longer using x as multiplication, we're just using the dot. Algebraic expressions. So algebraic expressions, so remember, expression has no equal sign, but to make it algebraic, it has to have at least one variable. So here's an expression, x plus 5, or 3 times x. Those are algebraic expressions. No equal sign. Power. So hopefully this is review, but I'm going to go over it. So we have what is called, so we're looking at an exponent. So let's call this a to the nth power. And this number here, so let me use a number expression to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So we have 3 to the 4th power. So 3 to the 4th power, we'll write it down here instead. So remember, that means 3 times itself 4 times. Okay. This number here, I'm going to call it a. So this is the base. So this is the base. The power is n here. So in our example, 4 would be the power. Sorry. This would be the exponent. Sorry. This is the exponent. This exponent. And this power is this whole process. So 3 to the 4th power, that's the whole process. We call the 4th power the exponent. So the number up top is the exponent. The number below is the base. So that's what all those mean. So once again, base is the base number on the bottom. The number up top is called the exponent, and this whole process is bringing a number to a power. All right. Example 1. So evaluate the expression 11 times n when n is 4. So step 1, you substitute the number in for the variable. So it's telling us n equals 4. So whenever we see an n, we're going to plug in 4. So 11 times 4, okay, n is replaced by 4. So 11 times 4 is 44. Okay. Example 2. Evaluate the expression when x equals 6. So I'm going to put this in for x. So 12 divided by 6 equals 2. Okay. Part B, x is still 6. Okay. So 6 minus 3 is 3. Now, yes, I'm putting equal sign, but I'm just showing my work, the simplification process. Okay, next. Let's do some more. 7y. So 7y means 7 times y. So whenever we write a letter next to a number, that means multiplication. Otherwise, we would say y divided by 2, or minus, or plus. But if they're written right next to each other, it's multiplication. So once again, we're going to replace all our y's with 8. Okay. So we're going to rewrite the problem. 7 times 8. So that's another way to look at it. You can put parentheses, or you can put the dot. So this is 56. 8 divided by 2. You can also write it like this, 8 divided by 2. 2 goes into 8 times, or 2 goes into 8 4 times. 10 minus 8, that's 2. 10 plus 6, that's 2. Sorry, I'm using 10. Sorry. 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 plus 6 is 14. All right. So write the power in words as a product. Okay? So this would be 12 to the power of 1. 12 to the first power, or power of 1. But it's easier to say first power, second power, third power. And this is 12. Because 12 to the first power means I'm multiplying 12 by itself one time. Okay, next one. So remember, this is the power. These are the words. And this is the product. So this is 2 to the third power. Or you can say 2 cubed. So when we say third power, we say cubed. If we say second power, we say squared. If it's first power, we don't. We just say first power. If we say fourth power, we say fourth power. So everything above 2 and 3 only have special names. 2 is squared, 3 is cubed. So what's going on here is we're taking 2 and we're multiplying it by itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 8. So remember, product, what's going on here? There we go. Product okay, part C. 1/4 to the second power. So 1/4 fourth, or you can say 1 divided by 4. To the second power. Or, like I was saying before, 1/4 squared. Because this number is 2, so it's squared. If this number is 3, then it's cubed. Okay, this is a to the 4th power. Oh, sorry, the product here. This is 1/4 times itself, because there's 2 of them. And this would be a times a times a times a. And then this would be 1/16. So this is a to the 4th, not 4a, okay? Not 4a. This is a to the 4th. 4a would be a plus a plus a plus a. Okay. So this is a to the 4th. All right. So they're going to do some more of these. 7 to the 5th power. And this is 7 times 7 times 7 times 7 times 7. You can use your calculator for that. This is 1 4/100ths. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is 1.4. 1.4, this is the tenths. 1 4/10. And then this number's a 3, so I can say cubed or to the 3rd power, it doesn't matter. And this is 1.4 times 1.4 times 1.4. So notice how I use the dot and just parentheses. Parentheses just works fine. When we're working with decimals, we like to use parentheses just because, as you can see, it's starting to look really messy. Y to the 5th when y equals 3. Okay, so evaluate, like solve, simplify. Evaluate means just give me the answer, but show your work. So every time I see y, I'm going to replace it with 3. So I have 3 to the 5th power, which means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. If you don't want to use a calculator, we can break it apart. So these two become 9, and these two become 9. So 9 times 9 times 3. 9 times 9 is 81, and then we have 81 times 3, which is 243. A cubed when a is 1/3. Okay. So I replace a with 1/3. So remember, this is 1/3 in parentheses to the third power. Okay. So this will become 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3. And we're just going to do this. You can do it one at a time, or you can do it all across the top and all across the bottom. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. That's our answer. Okay. Two more right? One more set of problems to go. So evaluate the expression. So t squared when t is 3. So replace my t with 3. So 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9. M to the 4th. So I'm going to replace m with 1/2. 1/2 to the 4th power. That's 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So I'm going to multiply straight across the top. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 is 1. And all the bottom, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Okay? And so this is the answer to part B. And then part C, we're going to go ahead and move down here. So x squared when x equals 4. Replace the x with 4. So 4 squared equals 4 times 4, which is 16. Okay. When you're doing these exponents, when you're doing these powers, I want to see this whole process here. Showing your work. Alright. That's it for this lesson. Have a good day.